Welcome back. So at this point, if you follow this channel, you have seen OpenClaw, PicoClaw, Nanobot, IronClaw, and now this new ZeroClaw. Honestly, at this rate, I'm going to need a separate playlist just to keep track of all the claw variants. Someone in the Rust community clearly looked at the AI agent space and thought, I can do this better, smaller, and faster. And ZeroClaw is that attempt. It's a Rust based AI agent framework, 3.4 MB binary, starts in under half a second, supports 22 plus providers including any OpenAI compatible endpoint like Ollama, has Telegram and other channels built in, and requires nothing except your own API key or a local model. And that is what we are going to do in this video. We are going to install ZeroClaw locally, and we are going to integrate it with local Ollama based models. If you don't know what Ollama is, or the tools which I mentioned around OpenClaw, PicoClaw, IronClaw and all that stuff, and if you want to check them out from various angles, I have covered them in various videos, as you can see here from the day one. So let's get started. I am going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM, and the reason why I am going to use that because I have this Ollama installed already, and I have GLM 4.7 flash model which requires GPU VRAM of course. You can use any model as long as it supports tool use, which means you can access external functionality. So Ollama is there, and now we need to install our ZeroClaw or whatever the name was. I'm actually starting to forget the names. And if you're looking to rent a GPU or CPU or any VM of any sort, you can check the link of Massed Compute in video's description, and I will also give you a 50% discount coupon you can use. I'm also renting it from them, so why not? Also, if you would follow me on X, I would highly appreciate for any updates without any hype. So first prerequisite in order to install the ZeroClaw is that you should have Rust installed. So I'm just going to check if Rust is there or not. As you can see that Rust is not installed. Installing Rust is fairly straightforward. All you need to do is to run these two commands. It is going to download the script. It is going to just ask you few general question. I'm just installing it in a standard way. The Rust is quite lightweight. It is quite performant. So let's wait for it to get installed. And if you already have a Rust installed, and if you got the version, just run this command rust update, and it is going to update your existing Rust installation. And then you can configure your current shell in Linux by running this command. And you can see that the Rust is now installed. Next up, let's git clone the repo, and I will drop the link to it in video's description. You can see it's very small repo. And now we can build it with the cargo command. It is going to take a few seconds. And the build phase is complete. Now you can install it by running this cargo install path. And that is going to be fairly quick too. Everything is installed, and now we are good to go. You would just run that onboarding script for ZeroClaw. Initially, just give API key, dummy, and provider, open router, or whatever you like, OpenAI or whatever. Really doesn't matter because you will be configuring it with Ollama. And within a jiffy, you can see that it has onboarded our ZeroClaw. The title looks good. These are some of the workspace layout, and I will be doing another video where I will be going through all of these workspaces because they are similar across all of these variants, including OpenClaw. So just stay tuned. We will also do a deep dive into the architecture, and this is where everything is provided. I'm just going to use everything shortly. So now what I'm going to show you is what exactly the default config file looks like, and what we can do in order to just use it for Ollama. So I'm opening it in my VS Code, as you can see here. So this is what default auto-generated file looks like from ZeroClaw onboard command. And it contains all the default settings like provider set to open router, Claude as the default model, memory, security, gateway, and channel configuration. Essentially the full skeleton of how ZeroClaw runs. And if you notice, the file extension is toml. It is a simple configuration file format, which I think stands for Tom's obvious minimal language, that uses key value pairs and sections in square brackets, just like we do in Rust. And it uses key value pairs and sections. I mean, it is designed to be human readable and easy to edit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this whole file with the Ollama based one, and don't worry, I'm going to give you the link to this file in the first pinned comment. You can access it in my GitHub repo. If you feel like it, just give it a star to the repo, up to you. So all there is to it is that I'm just giving it my local model, which I already showed, running with Ollama, and no need to put any API key. These two things are important: Ollama and default provider, which is Ollama, and default model. If you have a different model, of course, just change it over there. Make sure to use same thing with the tag in your Ollama. So make sure you use full of it, otherwise it is not going to work. So that's it. Let's go save it and let's go back to the terminal and see how ZeroClaw works. And now you can run your ZeroClaw by just, with the agent like we do in OpenClaw or any other variant. I'm just asking it, are you running on Ollama? And then it is telling me that, it says I'm not running on Ollama. It says I'm running on Linux host with GLM flash model. Okay. But of course you can check the status just like we do it in another ones. There you go. So this is the status where it says that provider is this, Ollama and model, and a lot of other things around it. You can also run doctor with it, and this is a doctor. You would need to just start that daemon, and then it is going to give you the exact answer. And now it is running. You can just go to another window, and then this is the gateway where it is running, and you can run the doctor or whatever you like. You can even access it from any other tool which can access this endpoint at port 8080, just like this. And rest of it is same, where you can configure your channels, Telegram and all that. If you want to do that, just go to my channel, watch any of these video, and I already have shown how to do that. Similar process, by the way. Okay, at the end I just want to give you a very quick overview of its architecture. So this is the architecture diagram which they have shared. I'll just make it a bit bigger to see to show you what exactly is happening here. So if you quickly look at it, every message you send flows from left to right through this diagram. It starts at the channel, as you can see here, which could be Telegram, Discord, Slack, or whatever, and then it passes through a security layer that handles gateway pairing, auth, rate limiting, file system, sandboxing, and encrypted secrets before it ever reaches to the agent. The agent sits in the center and coordinates everything. It talks to your chosen AI provider through a pluggable provider trait, stores and recalls context through the memory system, which uses a full hybrid search engine built on SQLite with vector and keyword search combined. And then it hands off tool execution to a sandbox that enforces command, allow list, and path jailing. On top of that, you have the heartbeat and cron system for scheduled tasks, a tunnel layer for exposing the gateway safely, and a setup wizard that walks you through all of it under 60-second. Everything: provider, channel, memory, tool, tunnel is a swappable Rust trait. That's the whole point. So look, pretty good tool. Still there are a few rough edges, I would say, but very new tool. I think we just have to make sure that we use it in a secure way. The architecture is genuinely solid, I would say, and the performance numbers are real. Keep an eye on this one, I would say. And we already have done it. You know now how to integrate it with Ollama. That's it. Again, if you think that this helped you, I would request you to please become a member of the channel, or at least subscribe, and please follow me on X if you're looking for AI updates. Please hype the video and share it among your friends. Thank you for all the support.